Yo, what's poppin', Lump Squad? It's Lump King, and today we gonna be reviewing Netflix's Death Note live action movie. So, I actually enjoyed this movie. It wasn't like, perfect. It wasn't all the way up like, oh my gosh, which I don't think there's been any anime live action movie like that. And it wasn't just trash like a lot of people are saying. I thought it was pretty, like, in the middle, pretty good. And before I get into this, one of the main things that people are saying this movie is bad is because it did not follow the original source material and that it was whitewashed. Like, are you joking? Okay, for one, there would be no point in redoing the whole entire original Death Note anime, manga, / whatever story because you would already know what's gonna happen. It'll be boring. What's the point? There's no point. Why not mix it up and have a slightly different plot and make it more interesting, especially more appeal for people who are watching it who are not even into anime, that have a more Western appeal. And whitewash, of course it's gonna be whitewash. It's from America. It's made in America. Of course it's gonna have white people. And they already made a Japanese version. They already made that years ago. There's already a Japanese version of live action of the Death Note. So go watch that. I actually still haven't watched it, which I need to watch. But go watch that. Like, come on. That's the point. And like, if that's the only reason you don't like the movie, you need some better judgment. So let's start off at the beginning of the movie, where things were going a little bit south. It was pretty bad. The first 10 minutes was an absolute train wreck. All my expectations were going down the toilet drain. I was like, yeah, this movie's gonna be pretty good. And I was like, so I was like, oh my dear lord. But then it got much better. So the acting in the beginning was trash. Like, Light, when Ryuk first showed up and was destroying his detention room and all of that, he looked like he was like faking his being scared, which is bad because that's bad acting. He was like screaming like a girl. He's like, ah! I'm like, what kind of scream is that? His scream legitimately sounded like a girl screaming, and it didn't sound like he was actually scared. Like, it didn't sound like a male. So either A, he just sounds like a girl while screaming, or it's just bad. Anyhow, even if it was his scream, it was still bad acting. I'm like, what? Then the first several death scenes were terrible. Like when the bully Kenny got killed, when the guy got ran over. Those were terrible scenes because his head just like came off, blood and guts went everywhere. It looked so fake in CGI. I'm like, really though? In my opinion, it would have been better if they just cut out the scene of him getting his head cut off, but showed his head later on the ground or something, with some blood, of course. But it was just so unreal and bad. And then the scene with when the guy got ran over and hit by the car, it was so fake. Since when did your guts fly out when you get hit by a car? Maybe your bone might come out, you might break some food bones and stuff like that. Guts, your body doesn't just fall apart when someone runs over you. Like, what? So yeah, the first few death scenes and then his acting in the beginning was bad. But then it started to go up. Okay, and then the things I really liked about this version of Light Turner is actually I like this Light better than that OG Light. So before you get on me and attack me about this, let me explain. So this Light is a lot more relatable and realistic. He actually, wants a girlfriend. Like, think this. If you're a guy, especially yourself, is there any straight teenage guy in high school who doesn't want a girlfriend? Nope. Every straight teenage guy in high school wants a girlfriend. That's a fact. That's just part of what being a straight guy is, or just being a guy. I'm like, what? That's so stupid. Because in the original Death Note, if you remember, Misa really wanted Light, and Light didn't care. He just wanted to rule the world or whatever. Like, that's so unrealistic and dumb. Every teenage guy wants a girl. I don't care if you're Einstein smart. You still want a girl. So that was unrealistic. That's why this Light in the movie was a lot more relatable, because he actually wanted a girlfriend, and he wanted to do the Death Note at the same time. So like, yeah, that makes sense. But the downside also to this Light in the movie is he wasn't as smart. He was pretty stupid compared to the anime Light, because the anime Light was a lot smarter, like not telling people about his Death Note the second he got it or the minute he got it, because literally like the day after this Light Turner got it, he told the girl Mia that was like falling in love with him that quick. So, but overall I like him better because he knew when to stop. Like when he saw that the Death Note was creating all of this commotion, all these problems, him almost going to jail or prison and all of that, at least that he thought. He knew when to give up. He's like, Ryuk, give it back, I'll give it back, here's the Death Note, all of that. The original Light would have kept on going till he died. The original Light didn't care about anyone or anything, he only cared about himself. He did care about things, but he only cared about himself and him being God and redoing the world and all that crap. This Light was a lot better, he's more realistic, more human, more relatable. I really liked him. I actually like him better because he did want to change the world, but he knew when to stop. Okay, now let's get into Mia. So Mia was his girlfriend. She was basically Misa from the anime. So they are totally two different people. Misa in the anime, which I really didn't like, she was just like some girl who was crazy about Light. She would literally do anything for Light. If Light told her to go jump out the window, she would do it on the second he told her. That's why I really like Mia in the movie, as well as Light, better than the original, because she actually was her own person. She liked them, but she actually wanted her own things to do. She wasn't a slave to Light. She didn't do anything that he asked. She was her own person. And yeah, she also didn't have her own Death Note, but I'm glad that she didn't, because they didn't have time to get that in depth in the story for her to have her own Death Note. So I'm glad they didn't do that. And then I really liked the plot twist when she was the one who killed the agents and all of that. So she actually screwed over Light. It was really messed up for her to do that, but it makes sense. They basically made Mia the old Light, because the old Light got obsessed with power, wanted to change the world and all that. Mia wanted to do the same thing. She wanted to be obsessed with power, wanted to control everything, except she was dumb while doing it. She was stupid. The thing that she did different is that she was trying to prove that Kira is better than other people. Like, she's like, oh my gosh, these agents are getting all up on it, let's just kill them. And then Light Turner was like, no, we shouldn't do that, that'll make it obvious that I am Kira. She's like, who cares, we need to show Kira is somebody who is not to be messed with. I'm like, are you stupid? It doesn't matter. Like he said, if you just kill people or kill the people, the agents that are coming after you, it'll be obvious. So she killed the agents, and then Light originally thought it was Ryuk, which I thought too. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But it wasn't. It was her. And yeah, she tried to take the Death Note too. She literally took a page, wrote him in it, and all that stuff. So she went crazy. She basically became, the original Light, except stupid, or not as smart. So I did like that. She wasn't just a slave. She was her own person, and she basically became the OG Light. And then also, well, Light killed her in the end, but it was kind of sad and not sad at the same time, because it was his girlfriend this whole time. But she kind of deserved it, or she kind of had it coming. Like, she was going crazy. We know that she was gonna take it. She cared about, she probably liked the Death Note more than him, because she did love him, but she also loved the Death Note, and she was like, she even tried to steal it from him. So it's kind of good that he killed her, because she would have took it and became evil herself, because even Light was a better person than his girlfriend, because she was corrupted and she could not take the power of the Death Note. It just consumed her. It was kind of good that he killed her. So L's performance in this movie was really good. It blew me away. He was just like L. He sat like L. He ate candy like L. I really liked it, except the fact that he was black. I really wish he, looked like an actual L, but I didn't have much of a problem. After I saw the performance, I'm like, here we go, L is good, and L is my favorite character in Death Note too. And he did a really good job. I really love his performance in this movie. But I also really love the plot twist with L trying to kill Light, because he's like, I can't take this anymore. He killed my friend, which I forgot what the name was. He was the Asian dude who was sent to find L's real name. After he died, he went crazy. He's like, I cannot take this anymore. I'm going to kill Light Turner myself. He just got his gun, got in the car, and started going after him. And I really like that, because he was also more relatable than the original L. He didn't care about anyone, like literally. Like, a lot of the people he knew died and stuff, and L didn't care. All L cared about was finding out who Kira was, taking Kira down, and saving everyone from Kira. That's all he cared about. He didn't care about any of the people who were around him. Like, there was several people who died around L in the Death Note, but he didn't really care. This L, of course, did. And yeah, so I actually like that. More relatable. He cared about his friend. He was killed. Then he went tried to kill Light, and they had like that, I think it was like 5 minutes of like Light and L just running around the city chasing each other. And there was also that BS scene where Light ran back inside, and somehow L magically knew that he ran back inside, so he decided to do that. I'm like, how would you know? There's no way he would have known that. So I'm like, oh, whatever. So yeah, L's performance in this movie was very good, and I love the twist with him trying to kill Light. And then now to our Ryuk. I don't have much to say about Ryuk. Ryuk was like pretty much the exact same thing as the original Ryuk, except that he was more uptight. Because if you remember in the movie, he said, "Are you sure, Light? I can just take the book to somebody else." Because he thought like Light was getting too obsessed with the Death Note and things like that. Like, the original Ryuk didn't care at all. He was like, "Light, do whatever you want." Like, he thought it was entertaining. He's like, "Yo, let me go get my popcorn and watch Light just be a fool with this Death Note." He didn't care at all. It was entertainment for him to see Light kill people and do all this stuff. He was like, "Hey, let's go." This Ryuk was mostly like that, but he was uptight because he was like, "Oh, let me take it to somebody else because you're acting all weird or acting crazy." The other Ryuk didn't care. He never suggested taking the Death Note to anyone else, especially when Light was a prodigy, in the anime at least. In this, no, he was pretty much just a regular teenager. William Dafoe's performance in this was very good. I really like William Dafoe. He actually played Ryuk really good, and yeah, I thought that was a perfect match for Ryuk, and I really liked it. And the CGI for Ryuk is really cool. That was pretty on point. The death scenes at the beginning were trash. That was good. And now for the ending. I sort of liked the ending, but I kind of didn't. Like, I really liked that he, you know, took out his girlfriend. It was sad, but it made sense. She was evil and corrupted. He saved himself, which was impressive, because he wrote all those things. Because when he was explaining to his dad how he, like, survived and killed all those people, he, you know, burned the paper that his girlfriend wrote, saved himself, and got there. That was really impressive. So that was the most impressive thing he did. The whole thing was saving himself. The original Light did a lot of cooler things than that. But overall, as I said, I like Light Turner better. More relatable. And then the part with his dad didn't make any sense to me. So his dad basically finds out that his son is Kira. Like, no one told him. He just finds out. He just connects the dots. And he finds out his son is Kira, but he doesn't even care. He's just like amazed. He's like, "How did you do it?" He's not like, "Oh my gosh, you're Kira. You're crazy. I can't believe Kira's my son. Get out of my sight." And stuff like that. He was just all chill. He's like, "Yo, son, how did you do it?" And then he's like, just explaining how he did and stuff. Like, "Oh, you're just okay with your son who's a serial killer, just killed 400 people and all that." I mean, he's not even close to as evil as the original one, who killed like 6 million people. And then the last part where L was about to take out Light, because he found the page of the Death Note that his girlfriend Mia ripped out, and he's about to write his name, and then I think it cut off. Well, it didn't cut off at that part, but it didn't show him write his name. So my theory is, I believe L didn't actually write his name. I don't think Light died. I think Light survived. I don't think L wrote his name, because L, I think, is gonna remember, "Oh, I'm supposed to be all justice. If I write his name and kill Light, I'll be no better than him. I'll be a criminal too," and all that stuff. I think that'll be flowing through his head, and then he will decide not to kill Light. So that's my theory on the ending. I don't think he's gonna write his name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have showed it, and they didn't. Give the movie a 7 out of 10. I really liked it, or I liked it. Wasn't the best, but it was exactly my expectations. Not bad, not too good, decent. And anyhow, that's about a wrap. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Smash that like button. Let's hit for 10, 15 likes, around there. Comment and subscribe. This is Lump King, and stay fresh.